our tale of the tape for this bantamweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC Bantamweight champion, Petr Yan. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Yadong.
Ready to fight? Ready? Let's do it.
All right, here's the Chinese fighter Song Yadong. Somehow, his opponent stayed up with him.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much.
Oh, beautiful hook. Well, that overhand big weapon for him throughout his career. It's been there all night. Look for him to go back to it here. Yan gets hit with a kick. Oh, massive knee to the body. That can't feel good. Edge of your seat action as expected so far. Oh, a big right hand. Well, it seems like there has been an opening for that overhand all night long. Let's see if he goes back to it here. Oh, nice jab by Yadong. Able to check that kick as well. All right, so Petr Yan at times a slow starter, finding the range here early tonight.
And that's out of the norm for Petr Yan. As you said, he's a guy that starts a bit slow because he always wants to process information. He's a professor out there, but by landing that shot right there, it tells you that he's taking a bit of a different approach.
He ripped the body there. Oh, and there's a kick now to the body. That one blocked by Yan. Landed the overhand.
He's throwing bombs. Every time they come into contact, he is throwing bombs.
Nice jab. Went for the inside leg kick. Man, that's a stinging jab. You can tell he's been boxing his whole life.
Yeah, over and over. He's throwing it. And he's a boxer, so he throws it from a little bit of a different stance. So it's not something the MMA fighter is used to seeing.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
Very fast leg kick lands for him.
And he's looking for that left hand, just missed. Nice punch from the clinch by Petr Yan. All right, so we'll see what sort of defensive response ensues here. He's taken a lot of shots upstairs, and the swelling is there to prove it.
Got to keep those hands up. He might want to employ a high guard to try to ensure that the guy's not landing on those spots, because the swelling's starting now, and it's light. But if he takes many more of these types of shots, it's going to get real bad.
Yan's cut now above the eye, courtesy of that strike. We will keep an eye on it as the fight continues. Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's thinking more defensively, and he's doing a great job of not taking any damage.
The cardio and the conditioning of Petr Yan is just absurd. I mean, this fight has just been a great showcase for him in all respects of mixed martial arts.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that single collar tie.
Left hook to the head. Punches in bunches as he lands another combination there. Really doing a nice job stringing his shots together.
He's doing a great job of stringing the shots together and also just mixing up the target and the attacks. Great job finding different places for his strikes to land. He's got him in the clinch once again.
Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
Getting beat up and being smart enough to not be headhunting the entire time. I like this. I like this approach.
All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. Well, he has really come out aggressively to start this fight. He's staying technical, but we have certainly seen an uptick in the volume and the output compared to his previous fight. Good start for him here tonight. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean, it's just tremendous. You see a fighter with a high fight IQ following a game plan, and it's working.
Horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, good news is the round is over. Bad news, Yan's bleeding pretty bad from the forehead here. Hopefully the cut man can nip that in the bud and make sure that that blood doesn't trickle down into his eyes as the next round begins. All right, so he survives to the stool, but he's going to need a plastic surgeon on Monday. Let us show you some of the strikes that caused that damage above the eye.
Just beautiful striking on display. He found the target constantly. He opened up a big cut above the eye, and now he sees that he's got a wounded opponent in front of him. He is going to target that eye even more in this next round.
You ready?
Second round underway. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job when they put them.
Oh, that is a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
All right, there it is again, DC. That Petr Yan jab has been in his opponent's face all night.
Well, when Petr Yan gets an idea of what you're going to do in the octagon, then you will see the activity pick up. But it all starts and ends with that beautiful jab.
Oh, and a switch kick to the body for good measure. Nice work there by Yadong. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent. Bleeding now, nasty cut on his nose. Oh, great head movement there, slips his head off the center line, and defensively, that's exactly what you're looking for.
It's almost like he can telegraph when the punch is coming, and when he sees it, he just makes a slight little movement, right or left, to get out of the way and avoid those shots.
Missed with that jab attempt there. He's looking for that left hand. Not there. Closes the gap and gets the single collar time in. Oh, he continues to land a high number of strikes in this round. Really hasn't let up when it comes to his aggressiveness. Certainly have to be mindful that you don't gas out, but you gotta like the output on display here. Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack that cut. Cut man's gonna have some work to do if we get to the stool between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cut man in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only gonna continue to get worse because he has got a killer in front of him. Big head kick.
Well, he's doing a nice job here blocking these shots. The chin is tucked, the hands are high. Pretty good job defensively thus far.
Great job defensively. He's seeing everything coming.
We have crossed the midpoint of this one. Obvious redness on the right side of his body. Tried to land the punch, but a swing and a miss by Petr Yan. Oh, beautiful combination of kicks. Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this point.
Massive hook land, and his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight. And landing some nasty strikes.
Oh, my God. Well, let's see if he goes to set up the hook again. He has really done a nice job punctuating his combinations with that hook tonight. Yan's cut on his nose is just pouring blood at this point. Again, he's looking for that left. It's not there.
What a nasty kick that was thrown with ill intent. Gets to the single collar tie.
Yan's got his head. Let's see if he can secure a guillotine choke here.
Oh!
Oh, gotta protect your neck. Guillotine choke is locked in. Still working on that submission.
He will not quit on trying to get the submission.
And he's back up. Big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he is trying to chase down that finish. Oh, that's big.
Well, most of you remember exactly when this cut happened, and now it is getting really bad. They're going to have a lot of cleanup to do before our next bout.
Yes, they're going to have a lot of cleanup. I mean, honestly, John, it's part of the thing, right? You go into a bloody octagon, you fight, you wrestle. It is what it is at that point, you know what? That's the beauty in being at the end of the night.
Nice hook there by Yadong. Yan's nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent.
Good round.
All right, so that's the end of the round. That cut on the nose, manageable earlier, not so much right now. Really, really bad. The blood flow continuing to become a factor, and you got to think at some point, if it gets any worse, they will have no choice but to stop this fight. All right, well, I'm no doctor. I'm not going to diagnose a broken nose, but a huge cut on the bridge, and his opponent continues to attack it.
Continues to attack it as he should. He did the damage. He was the one that landed the shot that opened up that cut. Now he's got to make his opponent pay for it. He was a bit lax in the defense, and now he's got that massive cut on the bridge of his nose.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway.
Big punch lands through the middle. Big shot to the head.
Oh, shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on, he is not discriminating, working the body, and those shots are going to count. Trying to find a home for that right hand. Yan's nose is unrecognizable. It is mangled. It is cut open. I think it's probably broken at this point in time. Surgery next week, but now we'll see if mentally, physically, he can stay in this fight. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Oh, there's that low kick. That'll leave a mark. Oh, man, the blood is flowing now. I know a lot of you like that, but he has got to figure some things out defensively. This fight's going to end.
He's got to move his head, John. But the problem is, now he's got the blood to deal with. He's got a sharp striker in front of him. He has got a lot of things to deal with if he wants to win this fight. But right now, the focus needs to be on the head movement so you're not getting hit.
Beautiful job to split the guard. Now his opponent's really on the ropes.
His opponent's on Beat Street. He's hurt so bad. I don't know what he's going to do to stay in this fight.
Well, his opponent seemed to be stunned to a significant extent, but was able to recover, and it's almost like he let him off the hook.
Kind of let him off the hook. He needed to really put his foot on the gas to try to find that finish.
Back and forth we go. It takes two to tango, and man, have these two individuals tangoed tonight. I might run it back at some point, no matter how this one ends.
It's one of those fights where when you look at these two and the damage on their faces, the work that they have both put in, you realize and you appreciate what these fighters do inside the octagon. They're both hurt. They're both beat up. And both of these guys have shown a tremendous amount of resilience to put themselves in position to win this fight.
Well, they won't need to go bonus begging after this one. They're getting a bonus tonight. This fight has been all action from the opening horn.
I mean, what a phenomenal fight. Both fighters should be very proud of themselves.
There it is. He's cut. Get the elbow.
Winded up on the right there to no avail. Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now. Yan's been dealing with that cut on his nose for a while. He could be in trouble.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He doesn't know if he's in the octagon or at his mama's house for Thanksgiving. Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. Knock him out. The fight's done.
Less than 2 minutes with which to work here. All right, so the uppercuts have been a big part of the storyline in this. All right, so the referee, yes, is going to step in here. He will call on the doctor to look at that nose that is unrecognizable at this stage of the fight.
His nose is broken.
Yeah.
I mean, it's turned sideways. The blood's pouring, going down into his mouth. It looks like he's having a very difficult time breathing.
Not sure if the nose is broken or just busted up, but blood is splattered everywhere. Yeah, that's going to do it. That's the end of the fight. So
That's
a
the right
disappointing
call.
conclusion, but the right call.
The right call, John.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor has called a stop to this fight, declaring the winner by TKO, Petr Yan.
All right, so a big win by stoppage for him here tonight, champ, and really a lot of stylistic challenges in this matchup, fighting a credentialed boxer, and not only emerges with the win, but gets the finish to boot.
It was overwhelming. He overwhelmed him from the start of the fight. He just showed him that you cannot have one single skill